I am the Ace.
The wrong show.
And this is the wrong show.
But in all seriousness, guys,
I'm Cody King Games.
I'm Itachi 675, also known as Andy. But
And Cody.
today we are discussing something that is near and dear to both of us.
You say his name because I can't fucking pronounce it.
Consider this episode 0 because this is going up immediately. So basically consider this a test run for our podcast, Nostalgia Gaming Weekly. But unfortunately, 2 days ago, and we all learned about this yesterday, Satoru Iwata, president of Nintendo, CEO of Nintendo, and CEO of Nintendo of America, passed away at the age of 55 due to a bile duct growth, which is basically a tumor in the bile duct, it's around the area of the liver and the gallbladder and all that.
Yeah.
It does some things. I can't remember exactly what, but that thing is why he was not at E3 for the past 2 years, because he had to take care of those medical issues.
Yeah, but let's talk about him for this. We're going to talk about him for this podcast.
Yeah, that's basically what this is. This might be shorter. This is probably going to be shorter than like the actual podcasts are going to be.
Okay, it'll probably only be 15 minutes because it's one topic. But
yeah, it's only going to be one topic. We want to cover him. We want to cover his legacy. We want to cover what he's done in the gaming world.
All right.
And for both of us. So, first of all, Satoru Iwata, he began his career at HAL Laboratory. He became the company's coordinator of software production in 1983. So he's been a part of Nintendo for a while, because HAL Laboratory.
Mario.
Think
about that for a second.
Before Mario Brothers.
Well, Super Mario.
Yeah, before Super Mario.
Yeah.
But
think about that for a second.
Yeah, this guy's been in the business for a while. Almost, not quite as long as Shigeru Miyamoto, but almost. He's one of the most influential people in the industry. He shaped Nintendo into the company that is today. He's been with Nintendo through the good times and the bad times. Ever since he stepped up as president.
He did one of the things no CEO does.
No CEO, especially in America, no CEO would do what he did when the Wii U was failing like it did early on, which is he took a pay cut. He took a huge pay cut, and that's something that no American CEO would ever do.
And the funny thing is, when that happened, he isn't like any other CEO either, because most CEOs would have said, I'm taking my ball and I'm going home.
Yeah.
Like,
he didn't quit. He didn't.
Yeah.
He said, no, we're going to keep going, and we're going to see if we can win back the gamers, even though we're struggling with the Wii U right now. Let's keep going. That way, the customers that have bought a Wii U will feel justified in doing so, because they wouldn't want to just drop this console almost 2 or 3 years after it was made and then move on to their next one. Because that would be just absolutely damaging, because it would show we didn't have enough faith in the Wii U in the first place. They're going to keep going. I really hope that whoever takes over as president, as CEO next, is going to keep that mentality. He was just a great man. We lost a great man yesterday.
I have to agree. I mean, when you think about it, you look back at people like that and you say, what did they do for you? And you got to think about it this way. He may not have been the creator of Mario, but he was part of the company that kept Mario afloat and together, and pretty much brought back gaming to the US of A. And even though we're in tough times now because of reasons, but he was still there. And, well, he had pushed us toward, gaming, of course, and just a better all-out experience when it came to that side of things.
Yeah. And another thing is, if you're a Nintendo fan, you owe this guy.
Yeah.
You owe this guy a lot. And first of all, let me just cover this before I start covering, the games he's worked on and all that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but if you're making fun of this man, if you're making fun of the fact that he is now gone and dead,
I
you are disgraceful.
I want you to hold on to that thought though, because I want to do that at the end, because
Okay.
I want to say something about that too.
Okay, so we'll save that till the end. But for right now, my summary is: if you're making fun of his death, you're a disgrace.
Yeah.
But especially if you're a Nintendo fan.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I'm just gonna list off some of the series or games that he's worked on in the past because, you know, this is just something because people need to realize what all he's worked on. Some of the games he's worked on were Balloon Fight for the NES, which I know is not a very huge game, but it's
but if you think about it,
it's a good game.
It was fun. It's addictive.
Yeah.
And when you actually got around to it, it was one of the games that would keep you playing it for hours, in my opinion.
I mean, it was even featured at the Nintendo World Championships this year.
Yeah.
So if that doesn't say anything, I don't know what does. He also worked on Earthbound. So for a lot of Earthbound fans, for a lot of Mother fans, this guy is very important.
And for those of you who don't know, E3 just passed, and we're getting another Mother in the US. The original.
Yeah, the original. We're getting Earthbound Beginnings is what they're calling it. That was originally for the Famicom only.
So yeah, you can thank him for that too.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, I don't know about him, but I guess he would have had to approve it.
Yeah, really.
So.
Are you kidding me right now?
Yeah, I mean that's great. I mean for Earthbound fans, that's great.
Yeah.
I personally am not an Earthbound fan, but I'm probably going to check out the series soon.
I'm an Earthbound fan just by what I've seen people play of it because it's like a Final Fantasy, but it doesn't do the Final Fantasy stuff. It adapts on it and it makes it fun for me.
I'll have to check.
Although I like Final Fantasy, I really like Final Fantasy a lot. I gotta be honest.
Yeah, I'll have to check those games out at some point. We're
gonna play them.
I'm not a huge RPG guy, but I will probably check these out at some point.
I've been told you we're gonna play them.
Yeah.
We're gonna play them for our channel.
And while I know Masahiro Sakurai is the one that created Kirby, Iwata also worked on Kirby games. Yeah. So, if you're a Kirby fan, you also have him to thank for that. And also, one thing that I don't see on here that I know he worked on was the original Super Smash Brothers. He helped with the programming on that game. Yeah. So, Smash Brothers fans, you also have this man to thank for helping make this game a huge hit.
Yeah, but also, I think the biggest part is you just have to thank him for everything.
Yeah.
I mean, because you can go to any company right now, and without Mario...
Where would they be, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, he's not exactly Mario, because
that's Shigeru Miyamoto.
That's just a different property.
That's Shigeru Miyamoto,
but
and
he's
I
part
would say
of the company Nintendo, and you really have to thank Nintendo for that right now.
If it wasn't for Nintendo, these other companies may not be making games.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the way it is.
And
or either that, or the gaming industry would be a heck of a lot different than it is now.
And for him having a job, though, and being able to work on these games because of
Mario,
he's made it where, he opens more jobs for other people to go and work on his games.
And another thing, and I think this is probably one of the biggest fan bases that have to thank him, besides the entirety of the Nintendo fan base. Pokemon. Because while this man was president of HAL, while this man was president of HAL Laboratories, which he was appointed to in, let me see, I'm trying to see, in 1993. Which, by the way, HAL was actually on the verge of bankruptcy at that time. But when he became president, he helped turn the entire company around and stabilize its finances and said,
"Turn the company around."
That's exactly what he did. And he assisted in the founding of Creatures Incorporated, which was established in 1995 by Tsunekazu Ishihara. Although not part of Nintendo at the time, Iwata assisted in the development of Pokemon Gold and Silver. It doesn't state what specifically he did here, but... Oh no, it does. He created a set of compression tools that utilized in Gold and Silver. And these compression tools, they were used to compress the memory so much that they could fit the entirety of the Kanto region in that game, as well as the Johto region.
That is awesome, by the way.
Presidential duties at one company to help Nintendo with their game.
Yep.
And to me, that screams, this man works very hard. He obviously has he had to have had a huge workload on him.
All right.
I mean,
But
But
I know we're trying to make this short, but
well, I'm not really
there-
trying to make this short. I just want to talk about him.
yeah,
I don't care how long this is.
I was actually trying to make this a little bit shorter.
Well,
But the thing I wanted to say was, this isn't saying anything about Americans because I'm American and
yeah.
But in the Japanese culture, it is more looked upon to work harder,
hmm
and you have to work harder to be a big. And that's a big aspect of their culture.
Mhm.
For,
Honor.
yeah,
Honor is a huge
Honor.
aspect. And him taking those pay cuts, it was kind of an honor thing.
Yeah.
It was just, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I would have done that, taken that pay cut. I don't know if I'd have done that. I mean, because like if you really think about it, how many of us, if we actually think about it, would take that pay cut? How many of us would really seriously do that?
That really depends on how much you want the money. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't really care about money at all.
I
So
mean,
I probably would.
yeah, but still, I mean, you gotta really think about it because when you're in that position, you're at that point you are thinking, for a lot of people, you are thinking, oh, I want more money, I want more money. But this guy was like, no, I don't care.
I have all the money I need. I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm good, bro.
that was from his mindset, and you know what? I respect him for that.
Yeah. But now let's move on to the final topic and the saddest one.
Yeah.
Screw you. No, but seriously, he's dead.
He
And
has passed
People are starting
away.
to talk crap about him, make fun of him.
I mean, I already
I
saw
don't get
one guy.
why, though.
I've already blocked one guy on Twitter because of what he said about Satoru Iwata. I was never following him in the first place. I'd never interacted with this person, but as soon as I saw that tweet, I said, nope, I'm not dealing with you. I don't want to see your tweets ever. So I blocked him because he was saying things like, he died knowing he had the worst E3 this year, or, oh, finally, the Please Understand meme is dead, and all that crap. It was a bunch of disgraceful things that I cannot deal with. You don't disrespect the dead like that.
Yeah, you don't. But I gotta be honest here. When the people created that Please Understand meme, that was funny to me. But the thing is, he's dead, and you can't.
Yeah.
Even if you're trying to make light of it and trying to post memes like that, it's not funny. It's not nice.
Just give it a few months or so before you start posting that stuff again.
Yeah.
Because right now, people are still trying to accept the fact that he's gone. Nintendo is still trying to find someone to take those positions that he left.
Yeah.
The CEO of Nintendo of America, which I'm almost betting that Reggie's going to take over. I'm not going to completely bet on that, but I get the feeling that's what's going to happen. Like, Reggie's going to take over as CEO of Nintendo of America. And I wouldn't be surprised if the two people that are being, representative directors right now, which are Takeda and Miyamoto, I wouldn't be surprised at all if at least one of them got in one of the positions.
Takeda would be good. I like Takeda a lot.
Yeah, but
I don't really know that much about Miyamoto, to be honest.
Yeah.
Which is probably a bad thing because I'm not really a Nintendo fan as much.
But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if either one of those guys made it into the positions that he left. So, I can only wish the best for Nintendo at this point, for the company, for Satoru Iwata's family and friends.
God bless.
God bless them, their families,
Yeah.
all the people working at Nintendo that this man influenced. And the one thing that I have to say that I really liked about Iwata, he may not, I know he had his critics, and to an extent I kind of was one of them, because I knew Nintendo wasn't exactly taking the right steps sometimes, but at the same time, I could tell he loved what he did.
Yeah.
He loved it with all of his heart. And I honestly don't think you can have a better leader than that, one that really likes what he does.
All right.
And let me just read this quote that he said at one point in his keynote speech at GDC 2005. He said, "On my business card, I am a corporate president. In my mind, I am a game developer. But in my heart, I am a gamer." And I think that's probably the best quote we can use to summarize Satoru Iwata. So, Nintendo fans, all gamers, this man has influenced more than you think. If you're making fun of this man's death, you have no idea the impact he left on the gaming industry as a whole. Not just Nintendo, because it's quite obvious that he left a very huge impression on the gaming world, because it's not just Nintendo that started tweeting stuff out. I saw the official PlayStation Twitter tweeted out "Thank you, Mr. Iwata" last night, and I think earlier today, the Sonic the Hedgehog Twitter account said something about him as well. So to me, that says a lot about the influence he
Who would
had.
do that?
What?
Who would do that now? I mean, you've got to think about that as a whole. Like, not a lot of people do. Like, if somebody dies, yeah, there may be a few people who get out and say, this guy's dead. Like, it might be his company saying this guy's dead. But usually you don't get,
like their competitors.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that I really like, because, this really shows that these people are human. These people do know what kind of an effect this man had.
Yeah.
And I think the people at PlayStation knew this as well. Actually, I didn't check, but at the time when I looked, Xbox had not said anything. I'm going to check that again to see if they have. I don't know if they have or not, but okay. Phil Spencer said something, but I don't know about the Xbox account itself. I'm still looking at this. Hold on, because on the mobile app, you get all their tweets, all their replies, and all that. So you got to really scroll down.
Yeah, but while you're doing that, I gotta say one more thing.
But I don't see anything. So the only thing I really see is that Xbox retweeted something Phil Spencer said. "Sad day for Iwata-san's family, friends, and gamers everywhere. His passion, creativity, and leadership elevated our industry." So I think that right there, I guess that could be Xbox's statement. So we have all of Nintendo's competitors saying, this man had a huge influence on this industry.
Yeah.
And I think that really says a lot about him.
And one more thing that really isn't about him before we close off, but more about the podcast. We're both really kind of religious in a way, as to where if we may say something about God every once in a while, and if we do, if you have a problem with that, leave. But
I mean, yeah, we're not forcing you to listen to this by any means.
But we enjoy having you here,
and we understand that there are people with different beliefs than us.
Yeah, but don't bash us for it.
Yes, because
we're not going to bash you.
Because we're not here to talk about that. We're only here to talk about what we're here to talk about.
Yeah.
We're not here to discuss religion, and please don't ask us religious questions, because we will not answer them, because that is not what this is about. This is about gaming. This is about the gaming industry, and it's about gamers.
Yeah, and
nothing else.
That was my point. Like, if we say something about it, it's because we do have our belief and you have yours. But
yes.
Don't try to start something.
If we make a podcast like this, and we will say God bless, and I know we will.
Because we already have. Twice.
Yeah, we already have. We have said God bless.
Yeah.
But.
And we have to say that again because obvious reasons. But.
Yeah, once again, we want to thank you all for tuning in to this shorter podcast of sorts. This is we're calling it episode 0 of the game of the Nostalgia Gaming Weekly.
2.0 Gaming Weekly.
And once again, I'm Andy.
And I'm Cody.
And we're signing out. And we'll see you guys whenever the podcast actually starts airing. So,
bye.
Yeah.